Good morning, friends. Today is the 3rd of June, year 2012, and we are continuing on the topic of how to taking care of ourselves and the world. Almost the first 2 days, we talk about the cause of illness, under the imbalance, on the bad energy, and the way to recognize the correlation between that, the interconnected the relationship. And then also yesterday we talked about the way to transform that from the high level, right? From the meditation, from mindfulness practice. That means we go from the third energy level. So also we already know that every single phenomenon in life, in this universe, always needs energy to survive and develop. And also everything is impermanent, continuously changing and re-manifest in different forms at different times. That's why if we are in a good shape now, that not mean okay we will stay healthy forever. So we need to be careful and take good care of that. Don't to enjoy and neglect on the eating, the breathing, or the lifestyle. Also, if we are already been diagnosed with some disease or we have some critical condition, we not feel upset or worried too much, right? We know how to listen to our body, how to recognize the main cause of that, and learn how to transform that, and slowly we will kick it out, get back to the healthy state. So that's why we need to understand the mechanism of action, how it works, and how can we utilize all of that technique or all of that method. Yesterday we talking about the main one we can apply. That means use our mind to correct the body, the physiology, and the physical body too. But sometimes it's difficult for the beginner to really recognize and distinguish between which one is the true mind and which one is the illusion. And also sometimes if we not practice, look deeply or concentrate enough, we can see on the superficial only. We cannot see, we cannot find out the really underlying the cause of that. So that's why now we need to incorporate the other techniques in. And yesterday we already mentioned about that a little bit. We have many different combinations we can do by the third level energy only. That means meditation, determination, strong mind. We can do the second energy level only. That means we in contact with the nature by walking meditation, exercise, qigong, and in contact with the peaceful energy, the peaceful scene. Listen to the peaceful music, the gatha, the mantra, watching or seeing a peaceful image. And we can do singly for the first level energy. That means we eat correct food, correct amount, correct combination, right? And we also can do in combination. We can combine between eating correct food, correct combination, combined with exercise, combined with meditation and detoxification. So that is the general scheme for the new practitioner or the experienced practitioner. For the basic, for everyone, we still have to depend on the material, the solid food and drink. So we need to know first the principle of the universal combination, how it creates from the oneness. We start to divide into the yin and yang force. That means the negative and the positive. That is the basic of the formation in the universe to rebalance, to control, to support for each other. You see, outside we have the days, we have the night, we have the sun, we have the moon, we have the cold, wet season, and we have the hot season. In our body, we have in the nervous system, we have a sympathetic and we have a parasympathetic. So if we look at one direction, one angle, it's totally opposite. But if we look at the other angle, that can support or it can balance each other. That's why in the food we eat, in the drink we drink, everything still take the energy from the universe. So it's always have many different subgroups, but we can divide or we can categorize it into two main groups, that is yin or yang, a positive or negative. So if our body or our disease is considered yin, we need to take more yang food. So we need to know what kind of yin is that. For any passive action, attitude, if you're not moving around, you try to lay down too much, okay, don't want to do anything, feel sad, unhappy, complain, worry too much, all that considered passive. And if we have an active, that means okay, we try to get involved in everything, moving around, have a positive energy, brainstorm, helping people, let go, loving kindness, compassion, etc. That's considered very active. So that's the yang. We have whatever close to the ground, to the earth, that is yin. Whatever above that, yang. Anything with the material, with the solid, the substance, we can see, we can touch, that's the yin. Whatever the function, the invisible activity, we consider that the yang. The internal, right? The internal is yin, the external is yang. The body, the physical is yin, but the mental, the mind, the energy, that is yang. Feminine, women, more yin. Men, masculine, more yang. The nighttime, the dark color is yin. The light color, the bright, the daytime is yang, etc. And for the out there in the universe, when we want to select the food, in general we have many different ways of categorizing it. If any plant, any tree it goes deeply in the ground. It becomes more yang, right? Because we just learn here, whatever below is yin. So in order to survive, it has to be very yang, counter-interact. You see, it kind of conflict, right? But after it's not. It's like the parasympathetic and sympathetic. We take opposite, but it helps to balance each other. In order to survive in a very yin environment in the earth, that plant, that root has to be very yin. And the air above the ground is very yang. So in order to survive that, not be burned up, okay, it has to be yin. So that is counteract or neutralize. We can look at the other angle. We say that is the conversation, conservation of energy law. It has to be counterbalance, has to be balanced, it's order. So any tree, the root goes deep into the ground. The deeper the yang, the more yang, right? And the leaf going up, okay, so that is more yin. So if we have the beetroot, the carrot, okay, the root is more yang, the leaf, the branch is more yin. Secondly, the space. Whatever in the trunk will become more yang than the branch, the leaf outside. So if it extends far away, so the outer become more yin than the branch or the trunk. And the third one, the color. The color, like yesterday we're talking about the spectrum of the human being. Eyes can recognize we have a 7 color spectrum. The more yang is from the red color, and slowly go to the orange, to the yellow, to the green, and to the dark green, to the brown, and to purple. So any fruit, any leaf, any root have any color like that. Okay, so for example, the carrot, it have a orange color. It will be more yin and more yang than the radish. It have a white color, more than potato, right? And the carrot, it grow deeper into the ground. So it will be more yang than a potato. It's a little bit narrower. And so that's the vertical, the horizontal, the color, and now the texture.
Excuse me, did you say the orange was yang or yin, or it depends on the shape?
Depend on the color.
Depend on the colour.
Yeah.
Is orange yang or yin?
Yang.
Yang.
Yeah.
Yes.
So carrot is yang.
Yeah.
Carrot is yang, and so a purple potato would be yin.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Because remember, you just remember the spectrum of our
Yes.
7 colors.
Yes.
It goes from the very yang to very yin.
Thank you.
Red, orange, yellow, and it slowly goes to the last one, the purple. So in the next one, the texture. Whatever tree or leaf or root, it has a kind of solid, hard texture. So that is more yang. If it's soft, it is losing, it is not really tied together, the molecule not tied together. Okay, so that becomes yin. And then the same family of that plant, when we cook it, that means when we add more energy, we make it become more yang. If when we cook, it becomes higher, it becomes harder, So that means it's good. That means it absorbs energy and it becomes more yang. But some food, when we cook it, it becomes softer. So we add more energy, but it becomes softer, so it becomes more yin. So that's why the nature of the food can be changed by the cooking technique.
In general, when you cook, they all become softer, don't they?
Not really. Not really.
No.
Potatoes, parsnips and carrots, why don't they go soft?
You have a chicken egg when you cook it harder.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And some green stuff, when you cook it, it becomes yes.
Okay.
So it depends. It's not all.
Yeah.
And it depends on how long you cook too.
Yeah.
If you cook to certain time, certain degree heat, okay, and it becomes better. But if you overcook and the color disappears, the flavor disappears, and the texture, okay. All right. So and then the people, the short one, it becomes more yang than yin. The skinny one more yang than the big one. Right?
Short and skinny.
So for
They
example,
be better fighters. It doesn't go with fighting or aggression, being yang or yin.
yes,
It
Yes,
does.
it does.
yeah, it's supposed to be that. So for example, if I'm the skinny, short, so I'm allowed to eat more yin food. That means I can eat green meat, I can drink more water, I can eat more vegetable. But if when I eat all that, overeat that, I feel cold, I feel sweaty, I feel a little bit puffy. So now I need to cut on that one and I have to eat drier milk. I have to chew more carefully. I have to select the yang food more than the yin. And I have to eat at the same time more than the yin time. That means I have to eat in the daytime more than in the evening time. You see? So it depends, and we can adjust that. And also the season, during the spring or the summer, it's more yang than during the fall and the winter because the temperature is higher and the activity is more active. So we are allowed to eat more fruit, more vegetable than during the fall and the winter. We need to eat more protein. We eat the cooked food more than the fresh food.
Yeah. Could I just ask about water? When is the best time to drink water?
The same principle. We call the daytime. Daytime is very yang. So we are allowed to drink more water because water is yin. And then also during the daytime we have more activity, so the water comes in, it will flow around easier and it flows down on the toxin. If we drink it in the afternoon and evening, that time okay, it slow down because that is the yin time. And if we drink too much water, and then it not really can flow around and it gets stuck in there, so we feel cold, and also the toxin cannot get out, and then okay, we have to wake up in the middle of the night to urinate, so that we had a broken sleep, so it's no good.
Should you not drink immediately after a meal?
That we're talking about a little bit yesterday already, but if we want the best, we should drink about 15 or 20 minutes before meal. That is the first. Should not, when we chew carefully, our saliva secrete a lot, about an hour, about 1.5 liters of saliva by itself. And if we chew slowly, carefully, not only saliva, and then the bile acid, the digestive fluid in the liver, in the stomach. So total we have almost more than 2.5 or 3 liters of the digestive fluid. So if we have a meal about 45 minutes to about an hour, and we chew carefully, slowly like that, we have plenty of fluid in our body. It regenerates. See? So we don't need to ring much. If we choose not carefully, the fluid not coming out, and then we ring more extra fluid, that it becomes more overload of the volume. So increase it makes our heart have to work harder. Our kidney have to work harder to get rid of that. And also if we eat too much and we ring, and then it will interfere with the process of mixing the digestive fluid with the food in the stomach, so it cannot penetrate completely to chop up on the food we eat. And it also dilutes the digestive fluid, so it don't have enough concentration to break it down, so that is no good. Especially soft drink, cold drink, that is really bad, because in our diet, more or less, we have the protein, we have fatty acid. When temperature drops down, okay, it will coagulate, clumsy together right away. The same thing we talked yesterday already. When we eat sweet tannin fruit, or even though we drink tea, right? So we should drink only 1 or 2 sips after meal to drink the stuff in our mouth only. Don't drink too much. And you see the technique of Chinese, of the Asian people. We drink tea. We drink tea a lot. Especially sometimes we drink tea between meal or after meal too, but not a lot. What is the purpose? We already learned about in teas, it has a tannin and a pectin, right? So if we drink that too fast or too much, it gets down to the stomach and it will coagulate on the food, just breaking them down. But if we know how to drink correctly, it will have more benefit. That means when we take 1 sip and we lift in our mouth and we rotate about 1 or 2 rounds, so all of that tannin and pectin, it will combine with all the food deposit between our teeth, and all the bacteria that be combined together, and it takes all. That means it neutralizes all the pectin and the tannin with the bacteria, with the deposit food left over in our teeth, right? So it will do good. Otherwise, if we swallow right away directly, it will be bad. It's only a little bit different, and it makes very, very difference. That's the technique. And then sometimes when we eat too much fatty food, we drink tea. To use the tea, we drink hot tea, we don't drink cold tea. Right? It will help to melt out, to let the fatty acid melt out, okay, get down faster, to eliminate the extra fatty acid we already ate. The other thing here, and we again, if we not listen to our body, we do more harm than benefit. When we feel hot, when the body temperature rises up, or the temperature in the environment rises up, our body usually sweat, right? To do what? To cool down. Right? So that is normal protective mechanism. But and then okay, we think that okay, whenever the temperature rises up, okay, we have the water to cool down. So the cooler the better. Right? But it's not. When we think that, and then say when during the summer we like to drink cold water, and we say, oh, very good, right? But actually it's wrong. That is just the wrong signal, the wrong imagination. Because our body temperature is 37 centigrade. The colder the ring, the worse the body has to react. Because it has to provide energy to bring the water temperature from 5 or 6 to 37. So we waste a lot of energy for nothing. Secondly, remember, in our body, the temperature, it just fluctuates under a few degrees. from 37 it drops down to 36 or 35.5, we feel chilly, shaking. It goes up about 38, 39, we feel fever, right? And sometimes get overheat. And I told you about the mechanism of overheat. That means the current in the nerve system, okay, it be damage the marrow. So it messes up the signal, the transmission of that. So that means the temperature it just fluctuates only 1 or 2 degrees, and it will mess up the physiology right away. And now if we just keep drinking the cold water with about 10 or 15 degrees different, it makes the homeostasis, it fluctuates. Also, we used to have another mistake when we get out in the hot water, hot weather, or when we're really tired and we react and we sweat, right? The more we sweat, the more water we want to take in. But remember, our body fluid, our tear, our sweat always have what? Flavor, something, right? So it has some mineral and some salt in that. Normally it has potassium, sodium, etc. But the most important is potassium and sodium. And potassium and sodium, okay, play a lot of important role in the cardiac muscle, in the tissue muscle, in all the organs. So whenever we sweat, all that, the water coming out and electrolyte coming out. So when we don't look carefully inside, we just observe outside. Oh, I sweat a lot, so I try to drink more water in. When we drink more water in, what water we drink? Drinking water, right? So when we drink normal water, drinking water, that means we dilute the concentration of electrolyte inside the body. That's no good, right? To protect itself, the body has to put out right away. The more you put it in, the more it has to put it out. The faster you put it in, the faster it put out. But we don't look inside. We don't closely observe inside. We just observe outside only. And when you see we sweat out too much, and we take in more water. When we take in more water, faster, quicker, the body will scare that because it keeps dilute more. Because every single, when it pushes out the water, it cannot just eliminate water only. It has to get out some electrolyte, some salt. So, and then we take in more water, it dilutes more, and it's so dangerous. It has to put out faster and more. Continuously, it drops down the level. So if we pay attention, and we see sometimes if we not stop at the right time, we feel palpitation, muscle spasm, tired, because of electrolyte level it be disturbed. You see? So if we not listen to our body, we make a lot of mistakes. That's why you see in Asia the temperature is higher than in the West, but we always drink the hot tea or warm tea. In the old time, nobody tried to drink the cold stuff. Even though they work in the field very hot, they still drink the hot or warm tea. And also, when we dealing with the environment, the more reaction, our mind gets stick to that, and the more we react, the more sweat coming out. But if we take it easy, we relax, we come back to internal and it knows how to adjust it. So it looks like it's homeostatic outside. But if we control it internally, it will be okay. But we let the environment control that and we react. The more we react, the more sweat is coming out. So ring in the middle of the meal. Try to minimize. Alright? And let's see what else.
And in the morning.
More in the morning, less in the evening. More warm water, that means it's close to the body temperature, the better. Especially during the fall or winter, if we can bring higher than the body temperature, that is a way to supply energy to the body too. We're talking about chew carefully, slowly, 2/3 stomach already. Alright, portion of the meal. It is very important. And for the last few decades, especially after the World War II, the industrial society developed and convert this one, so that's why the sickness and the disease slowly increasing, because we mess up this portion, this cycle. Before we're talking about that, we look at again the circadian rhythm. Correctly, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. only 8 hours is the best time for absorption, for taking in. From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. is the time for transformation, to change, to adapt, to try to extract more. So in general, we can say from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. is the time to take in. 7 p.m. to the 7 a.m. at next time, the time to eliminate, to get rid of the toxin, of the bad substance. Alright? So, if we get into the bad cycle, we usually not eating in the breakfast, don't have enough energy for the body to work, we feel tired, feel stressed, and then the radical increase, the free radical increase, it damage on the blood, the blood vessel, on the muscle, the tissue, the nerve. And also, we don't have enough energy to work, we feel tired. And then, at lunchtime, we don't have enough time to eat lunch, and we don't eat full lunch. We don't have enough energy to work until the afternoon into the evening. Again, we feel tired. More stress coming out, more toxin coming out. And when we're going home, we have a big meal, very late. So if we have a meal after 7, this is the time for the body to relax and start to push out, eliminate. But if we inside, it push out, and now we take outside, we put in. That means, okay, we go again, direction, the current. So it's not only the nutrition, we bring it in, not we absorb 100%. So we waste of food, waste of energy from the body to metabolize that, transform that. We also block the way of the toxin be putting out. So both is no good. You see? Secondly, when we have a big and late dinner, we don't need energy at that time, because all the energy we need during the daytime to work, don't have it. And now this is the time to relax, to rest, to sleep, and then all the energy in the meal release now have no place to use. So that's why it has to convert into the storage form. That means the glycogen or the fatty acid, the cholesterol. And then it's close to the time of midnight, that is the time for cholesterol synthesis. So all of the nutrition, all of the energy coming out is put on into synthesize cholesterol. And then because we have too much, it cannot synthesize at the certain time. So actually it has to do defect. So that means we may have more bad cholesterol than a good one. Add on with the way we process, the way we cook, too high temperature, too long, too much combination, it makes all the good become the bad. And then because it haven't, this is the time off, not the time to work. If we add the boss hour to work overtime 1 or 2 hours, once in a while, we're okay, we want to have more money. We're willing to work overtime a few hours, once in a while, okay. But if they ask you to work overtime 4 hours or 6 hours every day, the first week okay, but the second week no way. Even though it have more money, but I still cannot handle that. The same thing on the body. If we continue to have a big dinner, late dinner all the time, every day, all the extra energy coming out and it not being used, and then don't have enough time to bring to the storage place, and it just deposit around the belly where it just absorbs. So that's why if we have a big or late dinner, we have the big belly, big butt stuff, and on the fat around there, right? Instead, it has to make correct glycogen. It brings to the liver, store it there. It has to bring to the muscle, bring down to the muscle to store it in there. But now I'm so tired, I don't have time, don't have that. Okay, leave that. You see, so that is bad. And the problem because they store in the wrong place. And then the next morning, when we don't eat breakfast and have no energy burn out to provide energy for the body to work, it has to go to the storage room to pull out. But because it's stored in the wrong place, so when they go to the storage room, they couldn't find any storage.
How about someone who works all night all the time? Can they eat it?
The same, if we have to eat the main meal at the correct time, and then we can have a snack between that, no problem. That means we eat enough so it can burn out all that energy and supply right away, not get into the pathway of the storage. The problem for the diabetic patient, because they not, that's why we ask the diabetic patient have to exercise. It looks like we're talking about the fasting state. We have to exercise so the muscle has to contract. It has to push out all the storage. It has to burn up all of that energy to provide the heat. Otherwise, when we eat big meal, high carbohydrate, and the refined sugar concentration gone up. When it goes up, it's so dangerous for the body. So it put an extra that bring it to storage. When because it go up quick, it drop down quick. So by the time when it's dropped extra and put in the storage, it drop down. The level drop down. So when it drop down, it sends a signal feedback to the mind. It sends another system. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough sugar. And I'll get asked to take in more. When intake the same pattern, refined sugar is released too quick. Go up, drop it, put it in. So it, instead of we eat slowly, small meal, and the complete one, it will release slowly, right? But now, bring it in storage, bring it in storage. And if we not use the storage, the carbohydrate glucose will convert into the fat again. So on one side, we don't have energy to provide to the body work. On the other side, we just keep overweight, overfat. So that way, we ask the patient, the diabetic patient, has to work, has to exercise before eating, and cut down the meal at a small portion, and try to eat at complete carbohydrate as possible. So the same thing in here. If we just overeat on a big meal, all the energy released out will be put into storage. And the best cycle, just repeat and repeat.
Can I just say, we do know empirically from studies that shift workers actually have higher incidence of certain illnesses, and I think that's quite interesting. But I wanted to ask, what does heart governor and triple heater mean?
This is, it has many different terms, but this is in general. In general, we can say this is the time for the circulation system and the immune system. Because when after the time for absorption, bring it in, this is the time for all the circulation go around to collect on the byproduct, right? And then it burns up because we don't have, supposedly, okay, we have a low tide at this time. We have very lightly milk at this time. So in order to have the energy for all the work overnight, it needs to take all whatever left over, it burn up. And that is the same mechanism like we were talking yesterday, it 2/3 so much. It goes around to run onto the bacteria, onto the dead old cell, it recycle. So one way it reuse or recycle the energy. The other way it just is a time to clean up. So it has a new system. So that's why we need to around 10, the Buddhism always practice middle way. See, so 10 p.m. later is 10:30, 11. We need to totally lay down, relax. So the muscle, the blood pressure all relax completely. So it can penetrate deeply into the molecular level, to the very small capillary. It pull out all the toxin, all the nutrition, all the storage in there. And then after that, time for the gallbladder and liver to clean up, to synthesize cholesterol, to get ready for clean up completely and synthesize cholesterol, the good one, for early in the morning, the new hormone to be produced. Because we need a lot. Our body can function by the hormone. You see, so all the gland have to secrete the hormone, and that is the first main substance to conduct the activity of all chemotaxis, all the biochemistry reaction in our body. And the basic of all the hormone is cholesterol. And all the basic structure for our cell, the cell membrane, we need cholesterol. That means our body uses a lot of cholesterol, but the good one, not the bad one. Alright? And then after the clean up, after the reproduction, and then we did the time to start to eliminate all the really bad substance from the light one to the heavy one. So if we not wake up early, we don't have the support from the universal energy. Because early in the morning is the time for all the thought. Okay, it draw up. So if we sit up, right away the gravity pull down the heavy stuff and the light substance will flow up. And with the assistance from the nature, it looks like a vacuum force. It draw up, they help to pull out all the bad energy, all the bad gas from the bottom of our lung. And after it clean up, it open the top and the bottom can be get out easier. Like we had an ankle, we have both sides. If we break only the top one, the liquid still in there, right? We need to break the first one, break the second one, coming out easily. So this is the time for get rid of the toxic substance, the material one. If we wake up late, after 7, this is the time to roll in again. You see? So and then all the toxic substance in the lung, like the air, in the gallbladder, in the bladder, like urine, ammonia, on the stone, on the kidney stone, on the mineral, and in the large intestine and on the fishes. Okay, now it will reabsorb back into the bloodstream. So if we wake up late, not only we have to use more effort, more energy to eliminate that. And the longer we leave all the bad stuff in our body, the more it gets reabsorbed back into our circulation. If it's in the intestine, it will reabsorb through the intestinal membrane, get back into the blood. If it's in the bladder, again, it will penetrate through the gallbladder wall, especially on the gut, ammonia, and the gut in the intestine, all that can penetrate and it damage right away the nerve, the myelin layer. So it makes pain, it makes we feel dizzy, and all the transmission from the central nervous system to the organ, to the muscle, it messes up. And then it also wastes the time and energy for all the other organs. They have to redo the work. And then when we wake up late, don't have enough time to prepare for the breakfast, and in a hurry, and then again the bad cycle repeat. So we need one day over the weekend to break that cycle. Right? Also, when we eat late, we have to stay up late. When we eat late, that means all that energy we provide to the negative energy for environment, and then we will pour in that environment. Will be affected by the negative environment. When we wake up late, we not open a channel for the positive energy to get in. So you see, we nourish our body by the negative, the bad energy. But if we know that, okay, I'm making a mistake, so I go to bed late. But if I wake up early, so I take the positive energy to counterbalance, to neutralize the negative energy, much better. But now I miss the second opportunity when I wake up late and hurry to work, and then don't have enough time to eat, and at lunchtime don't have enough lunch, and then okay, the cycle repeat and repeat. But if we break that cycle, you see, early in the morning, we wake up, we exercise, get rid of the bad gas in the bottom of the lung, go to the toilet, have the bowel movement. So all that is empty out. So when it empty out, it's the time to take in again. See, in and out balance. So when we have the breakfast usually here. If we have a correct breakfast, what they say, we should have a breakfast like a wealthy man, the lunch like a king, and the supper like a beggar. Right? So if we have a portion of 30, 50, 20, enough 30% of the daily meal should be enough to provide for our body to work about 4 to 5 hours. So especially usually we eat breakfast without too much protein or fatty acid. So it usually be broken down and absorbed directly in our mouth. And remember, this is a very short pathway. The saliva secretes amylase, and that enzyme will break down all the carbohydrate, make it become glucose, and the glucose will burn out right away and provide energy for the brain. Right, so that is a very short pathway, and most of the process for the breaking down absorption it happens up here. Only small amount will go down to the stomach and the pancreas. So it will take care of the leftover of that, and it will have a little bit extra energy. It will rebuild, or it will renew, or make the new red blood cell. So that's why you see in here, after we take in the morning, okay, we take in the morning, it will go to very little bit to the spleen of pancreas. And after 11, we almost use up all the energy from the breakfast. And then if we have a lunch, that's why you see the lunch time for the Buddha and all the shape on the Zen practitioner, we usually have a lunch around, again, middle way at noon time. So it doesn't matter what kind of energy, what level of energy, what kind of food. If we put in at the right time in this window, it will nourish the heart and the mind. What the heart represents for? Loving, kindness, and compassion. The mind represents for wisdom, understanding. That's why the Buddha or the Buddhist practitioner, if they have even though 1 meal per day at the right time, they will develop the wisdom, understanding, loving, kindness, and compassion. And that's the basic of life, right? And because we have a lunch using big meal, 50% or 60%, so that when it needs to go down, not only in the mouth, it goes down to the stomach, down to the small intestine, to store in there for a while, so it can use up to 6 or 7 hours. If we don't have a super, this time if you go and recollect and recycle on the leftover for the overnight work, you see. So if we have a correct the circadian rhythm, it's not only to help for the immune system, it helps for the respiratory system, it helps for the circulation system, it helps for the elimination system.
Excuse me, is that 30, 50, 20 then? 30 for breakfast, 50 for lunch, and 50
Yeah, 30% of the whole food for a day. 30%.
of the whole food for the day?
Yeah, for example, we say the whole food for a day is 100%, so we take 30% for the breakfast, 50% for lunch, and only 20% for super.
Yes, thank you. Ideally, it's better just to have breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, so if we had only breakfast and lunch, we should divide 40 and 60.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a whole evening free, and it's much better. All right, so that's a combination. Let's see, one more thing.
Can I just ask about in that lovely clock you've got, is there only one optimum time to do the Qigong and Tai Chi